anchor onto this side. I don't know how this is going to do in the wind, but I figured, shit, I'll just let you guys just watch live. Anyone wants to hang out can watch. Whoever doesn't want to go can go. It doesn't cost me anything but batteries. Not sure how much batteries in the phone, but yeah, hopefully it'll last. So I guess I'll just set it up over here a little somewhere. I can see what I'm doing. I didn't bring a tripod or anything for it this round, so we'll just try to balance it up here on these rocks where it can fall over. Probably a great idea. How about that? What's that looking at? That don't look too bad. So maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. Guess he's probably chopping the top of my head off. So this is a tough book, Panasonic tough book. Old Doug Wright sent in. We can throw it into the KX mix. And then this is what I'm doing is plugging in the Rover C to the mic port. Heck, you guys might even be able to see the screen. We'll see. This is the Rover C. This is what we're going to be scanning with via an audio cable. Audio to our interface into our software. Some of you guys might have seen us do this already. Let's see here. Not sure if you guys can see the screen, but we'll see what we can do. So I brought grid. I can set a grid, but I'm going to eyeball it. I'll just mark my lines, which is not that hard to do, really. So let's get our screen brightened all the way up here. All right, so we're going to do the new software here. But don't need to open the file. All right, we've got some more sliders here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see what you can see. Yeah, probably not. Let's see if this helps. It helps a little. So I'm going to go ahead and start our graph. This is already going to be sampling sound now. I know that I want to put this top slider about 75. Somewhere in here. And then I'll crank on the Rover. And we'll test it for a test pattern. Probably see that coming up. I don't know if you can or not. All right, I can barely see it. So what I want to do is park my tone right in the middle here. I'm going to tell it okay on the mag. Oh, that's not right. Okay, so you can see we got a lot of interference. Let's give it, or keep that up there. Give my little gain cut. More of a gain cut. More of a gain cut. And we got stable. I don't need to go quite that clean, so I'm going to cut some gain back into it. You see we got some noise around there a little bit. That ought to clean it up. I'm going to reduce it back down in the middle of the zone a little more. So that's our neutral tone. That's too high, so I'm going to bring it down some more. Give even more. Okay, that's about mid-zone. And that's going to be good for us to do our scan with. And that'll do that. So I'll try to reposition our camera and stuff so we can see what we're doing before we get started. You guys can just watch how things go here. Let's see what we can do. Put our camera here, maybe. What can we see? Oh, that's not bad. It looks crooked, but it's actually level. That's the hill that's crooked, so don't know if you guys are watching, anybody's watching or not, but howdy. I'll go ahead and we'll set our laptop maybe right here. See what you can see there. Oh, you can see it. Sweet. Okay. So bear with me. I'm going to run a little bit of cabling, and then you guys can watch my back, listen to the pretty sounds. There are no sounds. It's dead silent out here. There's nothing. A minute ago, the breeze stopped, and I mean, there's not anything making noise. We're dead silent. So anyway, you can see how easy that is to set up the filters. I guess we'll name this one. I'm going to name this here. Well, we'll just call this IP. Let's make it caps. IP. That's today. 1717, and we'll call this 01, sample 01. That's easy enough. Counts 10. I think I'm going to stick with that because I have to count it off myself, and then we're doing one rate per count so I can match the other scans. It won't be that high resolution, but that'll match it. So all I have to do is scan is hit the start button. That's really it. So as soon as I get this other cable figured out, and I'll probably go mark my corners, but I'm not going to run a string line. So I always start my first corner with a colored pin. Get these dudes all jabbed in here. And you have to use plastic stakes always. And what that'll do is that'll give me a visual reference point. So I'll probably have to raise that phone cam up a little bit. We'll see. Something like that, maybe. Now you guys won't be able to see the whole grid from there. So maybe I'll try to reposition so you guys can actually see the grid while I'm scanning it. See what this rock here allows us to get away with. Oh, not bad. Let's see what we got. All right, it's not too bad. A rock. Okay. Now I've never scanned by myself with this thing yet, so we're just gonna have to see how this goes. So first thing again is get our audio cable unstuck. We gotta make sure we're clear. Our equipment's in the right spot. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and set the rover up, get our tone going. Okay, so it's already running. Should have a tone showing on the graph. Let's see what we got. Yep, we got a nice tone showing across the graph. Perfectly flat line. You probably can't see that. It's real thin until it raises and lowers. what I'll have to do is start this, and I'm gonna have to count down with it and cross my line in the right time. So I don't have very much time to get over there. This could be kind of comical. Okay. 10, 5, 10 on the timer. See, I got the timer set on 5, but we'll set the timer on 10, and then it'll stay on 10, and it'll be 10 every time now. So all you got to do is like a hit thing. It'll be the same every time you do it. So here we go. Let's try this. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I should have completed the first line. There it is. That's our actual scan. See, and so you can see the whole what you walked. You can see the scan data. And then all we got to do is hit it again for our second line. I shouldn't have brought this back over here, but like that, and we go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We always go out past the end of our line. Next scan's ready. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, do it again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. And again, what line is that? That's our, let's see. We don't want to do that. Okay, this is our, what did you say? Our fifth line we're about to do. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. That should be 6. Let's do it again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, and that is our 8th line, or it's about to be 8th line. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So your timing is extremely important on this stuff, because that's going to be how it lays out. If you're inaccurate walking, your grid's going to be inaccurate. Okay, looking at the 9th. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The only difference I'm doing is I was running east to west before, or west, heading west, I mean, and this time I'm actually going a different direction. We're running south, so we'll see how that affects the data too. Shouldn't really do that on a control scan, but okay, so this says it's going to be our final line. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, that's going to be it for this scan. Let's set this right here. Nice and pretty. Okay, now I'll just go bring that scan up real fast and we'll see what it looks like. This smart grid does not operate correctly yet. This version wasn't to be even set to the beta testers. So because it's sampling differently, everything works different. And this is not finalized whatsoever. This version isn't. Not even for working the scan. So let's see what we just did here. Okay, that's definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I mean, for real, I don't know what this is. It's 2 and 2. Well, our suspected tunnel, 2 and 2. Let's see. Wait a second. Wow. So it shows a trend going up in the hill this way. We saw that last time too, which was odd. And now I've only got a bit of iron showing up in this corner. But why the grid is like this? Never seen this before. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to run it back by Taylor because our value just dropped tremendous. Or could be that this is a void and this is normal ground. Let's see. We should know a lot more once we give it a little depth. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's doing. So, wow, it looks like that's kind of astounding actually. So if I go back to my corner I started on, we look this way, that would show a definite anomaly on this half of the grid. I mean, definitely. And there's no real reason for that transmission data to have done that, to have that much value amplitude drop across the board, unless we have a bigger room under here than I really thought. We have a cavity this direction, and we're basically, our center point's right on the edge of that cavity, and it looks like you have a tunnel going back into the hill. If that's correct, that's what I'm looking at. Of course, it shouldn't be like this because, really, because I have no peaks in the data, and looks like amplitude didn't change anything. So what we might do is repeat the scan and take it in at full data on the top grid. We could have limited our response line, but I don't see how. Um, yeah, so none of the values are changing the flat grid. So yeah, these should have a dramatic effect on the grid form itself, and they're not really doing anything to the values. That's some crazy stuff. Don't know if that's the software or the mapping or what that is. Um, the scan looks good. We can open it in the top graphs and see what it looks like up here. Oops. No, see that data's that data, there's something up with that data big time. I don't know what did that. So we're gonna have to do is frequency at 0. That looks correct. Gain's way up there. I think I'm gonna drop it all the way down to 10% gain. Or gain filter. So that's our gain reduction. So we're almost at full gain again right there. And it should be right on the frequency chart, should be correct. Because we're mapping top, above, and below now. That's why we have our frequency 0. And actually, I'm going to try that other filter. I've never tried the frequency 0 settings yet. I don't know who's hanging out. I can't see the phone, so whoever's hanging out, sweet, cool. Hello. Let's get a magnetometer jamming. You can see why I filtered it, because there's just a lot of data there. And I'm going to take this all the way back down, and then we're going to use our 0 and see where our 0 puts it. So our frequency 0 slider, going to have to learn how to use that. I'm not sure where we were to start with. Oh, I see. So it's 22. Oh, that must be 20 kilohertz. No, it's not. So we go 0 on this side up to 100. We gotta go back to 10 probably. Okay, now gain still looks awful crazy, but really we're getting 0 level. So it sees all this scrambled data, but it's not registering it. For some reason our level isn't picking up here. Oh, let's find out why. See frequency 852, and look what it does. It puts it 20 points beyond the decimal. 10,000 hertz, negative 2600, 98. Oh, we have an amplitude 0. Okay, so our amplitude now amplitude is not coming up. I'm going to turn off these filters. Frequency at 10,000, not sure. That's locking our frequency. I don't like that. Okay, that might be why, that slider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force reload this thing. And that should reset all the settings. We'll start us out again. And amplitude 0, we're not dropping under negative 127. $128. So I think if it drops below this, I think it's running max amplitude all the time. So we're definitely going to have to mess with this a little bit. Let me see what the gain's going to look like. Okay, we're working right there. I know that. So let's go back. We're going to repeat scan again. 10 seconds on our start timer again. Make sure I didn't hit any filters. We're just going to leave the frequency all the way jacked. Because out of all those all those registers, it's still picking one frequency. So it looks pretty accurate. So we're going to rock with that. So, okay, I just reset my device. Hopefully our battery's up to speed here. No, so I might have to shut this down and find another battery. Because it's starting to kick on and off. We'll see. If the battery's low, we may have to call it. I got to get one more scan out of this thing. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and probably call the live. Let me see who's on the live stream. We'll see what's going on here. Let's see how you do this. Okay. Or if anybody's on. Hey, 13 people. Cool. Live chat. Patrick Noble, what's going on? We're searching. We're up here doing scanning on the Intuition Point treasure cache location. So we're just testing. There'll be treasure. Joseph saying, Digger Dog, what's going on? So Joseph, yeah, so there should be treasure buried here, or records, or valuables of one kind or another. Should be ancient Spanish. This area shows evidence of thousands and thousands of years ago being a potential pre-Aztec. But we know the Jesuit priests were coming right on top of their stuff. So, but yeah, let's see here. We'll get some more. Misty Hammer, what's going on? 14, not sure what 14 means. Pretty awesome, whatever it is. Oh, hopefully that's a scale of 1 to 10. We got a 14. What's going on? Yeah, Anthony, nice. All right, so we ain't got too many people in the live chat right now. Finding arrowheads? Yeah, every once in a while. Not on this site. We really haven't looked, and there's not much Native American activity in a lot of these parts of the valley, unless they're Paleolithic or Archaic or whatever. There's many thousands of years this whole valley was kind of off limits. So, Billy Willard ever try to Digger Dog says, Robert, did Billy Willard ever try to contact you about doing an interview, and I don't remember Billy Wheeler contacting me, at least not yet anyway. But if he does, that's cool. Oh, 14 listening. Thanks, Missy. Sweet. Yeah, World Bigfoot Central. Duke, what's going on, brother? Best wishes from Limerick, Erie. Oh, nice. Let's see. Uh-oh. Every time I touch the screen, everything changes. Who is that from? Oh, Snuff the Magic Dragon. Cool. What's going on? Oh, Leon Mohan. Really good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Leon. I'm glad you guys are joining me out here. I'm letting this thing kind of take a break for a minute. Hopefully, I'll get enough power out of this 9 volt. I don't know. I don't think I have another one with me. It was a new battery, so I hope this isn't one of those, oh shit, the batteries are draining things. Yeah, getting gray. Yeah, that part is. This part's not, but that part is for sure, huh? But I'm variegated. I got me some red going on. All part of my camouflage, I guess. I'm adapting to my environment. Right? So, no, it's good to see you guys, though. Really good to see you guys. So, I don't know if you guys want to just hang out and watch. I'll just leave this thing running. I don't know what I got for battery. Like I said, I can't tell. Right? So, yeah, I mean, the gray's coming, but I still haven't seen a hill yet. I can't tell the difference between now and 20s. I cannot tell the difference physically yet. So, we'll see when it starts to catch up. I'll let you guys know. Oh, okay. You're going to recommend him. It says, Digger Dog says, thanks, Rob. Recommend him. But since you don't appreciate, oh, Dr. M, maybe the reason why I didn't. Well, it's not that I don't appreciate. I mean, I've been on the side of the mountain guy with the guy, and I've been on the stage with the guy, and been watching him since the 70s. So it's really not like, he's an adversarial. I don't appreciate his effort, his work, or respect him. I just know the truth. That's all. So, and, the truth will either set you free or it'll put you in a box, one or the other. No one likes the truth, unfortunately. Yeah, Meldon. Yeah, well, those in the know, right? So not many people really know what goes on behind the scenes. They all see everything up front of the scenes. So, we choose who to like and who not to like in life anyway. And we kind of excuse the ones we like and we kind of blame the ones we don't like. So, hey, Robert, I'm interested in using the GeoPro software to map out subsurface in a cemetery. This is from J-Bar. I work at, we aren't digging blind based on old maps. Excited to see how the tech develops. Yeah, Leon Mohan, keeper of the narrative. Yeah, he's one of the keepers of the narrative, that's for sure. But Joe Barr, sweet, man. Yeah, this stuff will absolutely work for that. Like right now, we're testing the newest software. I'll actually I might just back up so I know I get a scan and go back to version 8 instead of 8.2 because I know 8.2 or 8 was full blown kick ass. It just didn't do frequency the way we wanted. So when I do this, I have to have amplitude run the graphic and I have to have frequency adjustable without affecting the scaling. And so our frequency was adjusting our scaling because the AI thought it should. So we've been arguing with the AI, or Taylor has, for 2 days, trying to convince it that we shouldn't. And we're making steps. But this software is what came out of that. And we have these new sliders and new adjustability on it. And this is really all to tune in metal detectors. And since I'm using a mag, then it has a different way of taking in data. And I don't know where these settings should necessarily be for the mag. That's why I think we'll try one more if we can get the battery out of it. And then we'll, if that doesn't work and we still have battery, I'll go back to version 8 and I'll run the grid again. I'm going to run this grid, though, I'm going to run it 90 degrees different so it matches the first grid we did on this location. I really wanted to do both these grids today, but I don't think I'm going to have battery to do it. So what kind of treasure thinking is here? Well, based on some other information about a half mile away, it's most likely going to be Jesuit cache, or earlier than that, just the early Spanish families as they were accumulating a lot of gold in southern Colorado, northern New Mexico, Utah, Nevada. Originally they'd be hauling that stuff toward the Gulf, and it would go into storage vaults here, or to Mexico, and it'd go into storage vaults here. So it's going to be on those aspects. It should range between 1550s and up to the Revolt era, up to 1680. Potentially, it could be Jesuit posing as Catholic missionaries between 1840 and 1860. They were moving all this stuff around when they were losing. Mexico lost the territory. So, no, I didn't rescue the space monkey. We're still working on it. We're trying like hell. I got a good buddy of mine, Steven, who's known forever, and he's going to try to come up with some tires. We went up and worked on it, fixed an air leak on the truck. And just due to, money, we have to do all this within a certain form of budget. And people have been a help. It's crazy. Like they charge $500 to go swap 4 tires, and then you put the wrong tires on, as some of you know. So, and I'm definitely not made of money. Every dime we get goes right back into eating and this stuff. So, yeah, it's been really tough. And hopefully we'll get the right tires. We're going to go up and swap them out by hand, and then I don't know, either haul it. If the hauler will finally agree to doing it, we'll either haul it or we'll just drive the damn thing back here, full blown outlaw style. It's what you got to do. I called state police. I called Department of Transportation. I went down and I had a meeting at DMV and everything else. They all tell me, well, we don't even have a temporary registration or permit to move it. All 3 of them, state police, DOT, and DMV, said, well, just do it and explain it to the officer if you get pulled over. And that just doesn't get me the greatest confidence in the world when you're talking about a semi that I may not be able to get back if they tow it off. So, and of course that mobile laboratory, right? So anyway, but if you guys want to watch, I'll leave this running. We got 19 people kicking it on here. That's cool. Don't know how really exciting overall this is, just work, right? But I'll leave it running, and I'm going to try to hit another scan on these other settings. And like I said, if this doesn't work, I'll try version 8, and then we'll have this data to go over, and we can see off this, we can see what the hell was going on. I mean, it performed a perfect scan, but for some reason there was no amplitude data on what looked like the void side of it. It just threw completely no amplitude, and then it maxed the amplitude on the other side. And if that is from the rock, it shouldn't. If it is from the rock, it should not have thrown that dramatic of an effect one side to the other. So it's more a math issue than it is a scan issue. The scan actually looked potentially good. So we'll just have to try it again. But anyway, if you guys want to hang out, whatever, hit the chat room. Hey, drop some likes and stuff, right? Because that's something we don't get a lot. So. Love your treasure hunting vids. Oh, River of No Return. Sweet. Thank you very much. And, they're just, we don't, everybody's out there creating content and they think, oh, what are we going to create today? And we just really do that. It's kind of more like if I remember to break out a camera, right? And if I remember to break out a camera, then you guys get to see it. Friendly YouTuber. Sweet. Yeah, this is definitely my natural environment. This is where I feel cozy. It's 35 out here, man. And I don't feel temp when I'm out here. I just don't. I don't know. And I know I'm not alone today, too, which is crazy. I have no idea what's out there, but I know I'm not alone today. And we never have been when we've come here. Every time we've come here, like last time I was telling people on an earlier stream, last time we're here standing right here, rock came in, little pebble about yay big, and hit Josh's boot. Just bonk, And rocks don't fall. There's nowhere to fall from, right? It's just sky up there, unless they're a meteor, and I don't think that was the case, so. Oh, yeah, thanks, Missy. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Just happens to be what it is, right? Hey, thank you for hitting that like button, too. That's awful nice of you. If you guys ever want to actually share any of this, you're more than welcome. And I don't know if everyone watching is subscribed. Hope so. If not, do that. That's probably a good idea. And but anyway, so let's knock this out, and I'll see if we can get another scan. You guys can sit and watch as we go here. Let me flip our camera. That's the first time that's ever worked, too, by the way. Jeff Hall, good to see you too, buddy. Thanks you guys for hanging out. I mean, it cannot be that exciting, but it is beautiful country, and literally there's no telling from hell what'll go by in the sky or on the ground as we're doing this. I'm going to drop the phone here. I have a feeling before I find its balancing point. I don't know how I got so lucky the first time. Shared my stepdad your vids all the time. We found prints in northern Nevada. Oh, River and Overton. Thanks, man. Awesome. That helps, man. The sharing part really helps because I think the algorithm and stuff sees that as kind of above and beyond, when people are sharing content. I think it's probably more important than liking it. But anyway, so let's try to see what's going to happen when we try this scan again. And we'll just go for broke and hope for the best, huh? So let's go ahead and start our tone. Activate the magnetometer. That's our data stream coming in. It looks scary because it's just all over the place. But if I look at the numbers, 18 or 1900, 1898, if I hold this still, it's completely stable. The only thing that scares me is we have a level of 128 showing. And that's the amplitude. And I'm not sure why the amplitude isn't changing as much as I would think. It's almost holding in a standard position. And